Okay, so this is a follow-up video to the one I did on cloning this dilution dashboard app. I realized that there's a number of things that I guess newer Vibe coders could run into that they might not be prepared for. So I thought I'd just do it kind of from end to end. So the first thing I'll do is I downloaded Visual Studio here. I'm on a Mac, so I did it for Mac, but it's the same thing if you're on Windows. So you get to something like this, and the first thing that I forgot is that if you don't have Git installed, then it's not going to give you the option to clone a Git repository. So I think the easiest thing to do is actually to install Claude Code or an AI agent first, because that can kind of provide guidance, as I'll show you. Okay, so once you've installed Claude, or if you're using GPT, what it's going to do is it's going to ask you to log in. So I was already logged in from a previous session, but it just brings you to the Claude Code login screen. You log in, and then it's enabled here. And then what you can do is you can start asking your questions. So for example, if you have no idea what to do, just say, I'm trying to clone a Git repo, but I don't know how to do that. So I'll say this is the URL I want to clone. So it's saying, so the reason why it wasn't showing up because I didn't have Git installed. So now it's doing it for me, and now there should be a pop-up somewhere to basically for me to approve installing it. Okay, so you'll see a pop-up like this, and then you'll click agree. Okay, and it's saying I don't have enough disk space to install this, so I'm not going to go and clean up a bunch of crap I have. So what I'm going to do is just download the files here. So and then double click this, and then it'll open a folder here, and then you can come back and do open folder and then open it here. So then now you can open up Claude Code and just say, add my API key and run it. And I'm going to paste the API key here. Okay, so I'm not going to scroll too far because I have my key up there, but basically so it added the API key, and then it's telling me, because here's another thing I forgot to mention, that it's, the app from the GitHub only works with Windows, but you see it even recommends it detected that, but it also says that it can make it work for Mac. So it's trying that right now. Okay, so it's working now, but it wasn't as straightforward as I made it seem on the first video. So let me go back and show you what I had to go through. And I think that the main takeaway here is, if you're new to this stuff, I think the first step is just installing the Claude Code or GPT plugin, and then just basically asking it what to do. Because as you can see here, I don't know why actually it's not showing me fully what it said, but the first thing it said after I gave it the API key and said run it, is it said that the app was built for Windows, and I'm on a Mac right now. So it gave me an option to make it work for Mac. So I said, yes, let's try a Mac. I have Thinkorswim open now. And then again, I don't know why it's not showing what it said here, but it said that I had to enable some sort of like screen recording thing in the system settings, basically so that the operating system can see when I'm switching tickers here. So I went and enabled that. That was pretty straightforward. Once I asked it what to do, I had to ask it for some clarification. It said I didn't know what it meant by this, but it said, okay, so go to privacy, security, screen recording, and then you just add Visual Studio. So I did that. Then it came back, and then we launched it, and then it worked. So that was pretty much it. Obviously, there's some things to work through, but I think the main takeaway is, if you're new to this, is just install the extension first, and then tell it what you're trying to do, and then it'll do a good job of guiding you through what you need to do to get it working, whether you're on, you know, a different operating system like I am here, or if we're getting the whole API key configuration wrong, or even if your trial key was out of unique tickers for the day, it'll say that, basically just tell it, like, hey, the Windows returning no data available. What's the problem? It'll explain to you. So that's like the main thing, is just talk to this as you would a person, and it'll give you guidance on how to get this all set up and working for your particular situation. If there's any errors, then it will flag those as well. That's it.